case if you guys forgot, my app is like application that will provide thought-out responses for a person speaking to someone who might not be very socially adept. So this is the iOS part of it. I'll show a live demo afterwards, but this is just the interface for the login screen. The the blank thing over there is an AR view, but I couldn't show it right now, but you'll see a live demo of it later. And this is the speaker view. The text will be replaced by whatever you're saying, whatever someone says to you, and then the responses that the program will generate will be displayed under that. So this is the web interface for the projects. The projects. So here, the recent activity will show what you've done in the last day, and the thing under that is in the settings tab where you can select what your native language is to translate stuff to, and your preferred output. So if you want to see the output in AR mode or just have it said to you through your speakers. This is just a graph of your language use for your entire use of the product.
Whoa, it goes so fast. Back. Yeah. What's this?
So the green part is English, which was apparently 95% of my use, and Chinese for 5% of my use.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And this is just a log of everything. So now we have a live demo.
Oh my god. I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting for 5 years.
This is the app for linguistic assistant. You can log in, but for this demo, I'll just be using the shortcuts for AR and speaker mode that are below the screen. So you can sign up here, pick your preferred output, and select your language. So there's an input button right there. We'll press it to get some input so that the program can process it and create a reasonable output. So this is the AR part, and it's not completely functional, but it displays what is necessary. This is the language tab, and as you can see, this is a listing of all the events that we've triggered. We can click each of the tabs to see the activity in each of the languages. You can see in Chinese we only have one utterance, in English we have a lot more. This is the settings tab where you can change your preferred output native language, and this is the unfinished home tab.
Whoa, holy heck.
So that was like a live demo of it. So as for phases, I kind of jumped around and I completed the user input and output, and then I figured out that generating responses was a lot harder than I thought it was. So I kind of went ahead and just did data analytics first, and then worked on generating responses. So I've completed phase 1, and I'm currently working on phase 2 and phase 3. So these are my milestones, but a little bit more refined with like specific dates. So I've completed my October and November milestones, so I'm pretty on track. And I'm currently working on making the response generator better, and then in the future I'll be still working on that. And as I mentioned, I went ahead and did data display. So I worked on my February and March milestones before the earlier ones. So I'm done with those, and I'll still have to add more data analytics stuff. So when I talked to my external reviewer the first time was just to make sure my idea didn't sound too unreasonable. But then he was just like, your idea is kind of too vague. So he asked for an in-depth thing of frameworks and whether I was making this from scratch. And then the second check, I was trying to translate stuff, but I didn't want to use the Google Translate API, so I wanted to scrape like a dictionary or something, but he said that would be kind of inefficient unless I had like static data. So I just decided I'd use the Google Translate API. This was on my last presentation, but this app is pretty scalable, so I think I can do a lot with it even after I finish the first, after Capstone 2. So for my plan B, I think I've mainly completed the basics of it, so it can get input through speakers and have somewhat basic responses. So I also have some abstractions. So this is for my iOS app. So the login method will, once you click a button, will authenticate the user with the username and password, and the sign up button does something similar, but logs your preferred language and preferred output method, which would be our speaker. So these are like a bunch of methods which are used for the picker view, where you can scroll through to find the language you want.
So did you write any of these methods?
So the picker view methods are all, or they're kind of provided by the Apple documentation, so but you can customize them within. So you just need to modify what you want inside the methods. But these are just like the headers that the.
I understand. So when you describe your